My name is Allison. I'm the Programs, Outreach, and Youth Services Manager here at Monterey County Free Libraries. All of October, we are going to do a special hybrid of book browse and book chat. During a normal book chat, we would focus on one book, one title, and we would really dive into a review of that title. And during a normal book browse, we give you a whole selection of titles that we just read the summaries of. So we're going to combine those two today by focusing on books that are about ghosts. But because I'm bringing you 3 different titles, I'm not going to go into a deep review of them. So that's why I said it's a hybrid. So like I said, today we are going to be looking at books about ghosts. I've pulled 2 books that I've read and 1 book that came up on a lot of recommended book lists. All of these books are geared at middle school and teenage audiences. And the first book that we have today is called The House in Poplar Woods. And this is by K.E. Ormsbee. And this is one of the ones that I have read. And I'm going to read you the summary. For as long as the Vickery twins can remember, they've only ever been able to leave the house together once a year, Halloween. The rest of the year, Lee and his mother serve memory, while Felix and his father assist death. This is the agreement. But one Halloween, Gretchen Whipple smashes her way into their lives. Her bargain is simple. If the twins help her solve the murder of local girl Essie Hastings, she'll help them break the agreement. The more the 3 investigate, however, the more they realize that something's gone terribly wrong in their town. Death is on the loose, and if history repeats itself, Essie might not be the last murder in Poplar Woods. Simultaneously heartwarming and delightfully spooky, The House in Poplar Wood is a story about a boy's desire to be free, a girl's desire to make a difference, and a family's desire to be together again. So, at the top of this episode, I said that we were going to be looking at books about ghosts, and this one might not appear to be about ghosts, but it is about these 2 siblings who serve these entities. So they serve death, that's pretty ghost-like, and memory, these otherworldly figures that don't operate by the same rules that normal people do. And when you're going into this different realm, it becomes very supernatural, very paranormal, and that's why I put it in with the ghost books. The next book that I brought is the one that is from a lot of, best reads if you want something about ghosts, and it's called Anna Dressed in Blood. It's by Kendare Blake. And this one, based on the summary, I would say is probably for the older side of this audience, and you'll see why. Cass Lowood has inherited an unusual vocation. He kills the dead. So did his father before him, until his gruesome murder by a ghost he sought to kill. Now armed with his father's mysterious and deadly weapon, Cass travels the country with his kitchen witch mother and their spirit-sniffing cat. Together they follow legends and local lore, trying to keep up with the murderous dead, keeping pesky things like the future and friends at bay. When they arrive in a new town in search of a ghost the locals call Anna Dressed in Blood, Cass doesn't expect anything outside of the ordinary. Move, hunt, kill. What he finds instead is a girl entangled in curses and rage, a ghost like he's never faced before. She still wears the dress she wore on the day of her brutal murder in 1958. Once white, but now stained red and dripping blood. Since her death, Anna has killed any and every person who has dared to step into the deserted Victorian house she used to call home. But she, for whatever reason, spares his life. So as you can see by the summary, a little bit more gory than The House in Poplar Wood. I will say that The House in Poplar Wood does not have a lot of gore despite being about a murder. This sounds like it might have a little bit more. So I haven't read that one, but it was on a lot of good lists. The next book is one that I have read. It is called The Ghost Collector by Allison Mills. This is not as gory, but does, as most ghost books do, heavily deal with death. This one also deals a lot with grief. So if you have lost someone close to you, this book will probably resonate a lot with you. Ghosts don't scare Shelley. As an apprentice to her ghost-hunting grandma, Shelley catches ghost cats, dogs, and raccoons in her hair. She helps them move on to whatever comes after death, and she watches her grandma do the same with people. It's what the Cree women in her family have always done. But then a terrible accident changes how Shelley sees death. Suddenly she doesn't want to help spirits transition. They might be dead, but that's better than gone. Shelley knows she's breaking the biggest rule of ghost hunting. It's not right to force spirits to stick around. But there's one ghost she's desperate to stop from moving on. If only Shelley could find her. So like I said, this book deals a lot. It's not as spooky necessarily. There's still a lot of scary elements, but it does deal more with grief and ghosts and the paranormal in that sense. I will also note that the author Allison Mills is a Cree woman, and so that is The Ghost Collector. I hope that out of these 3 titles, one of them might strike your fancy. If you would like to place a hold on any of these titles or any other ghost or spooky stories you want to read during October or all year long, visit our website, www.emcfl.org, or you can call our phone line, 831-883-7555. And if you have any recommendations for your favorite ghost story or scary book, please let me know in the comments below. I will see you next week when we are going to be going over some great graphic novels perfect for the Halloween season. See you then.